Part 2 of your final review packet involves a quadratic formula. If you do not have the quadratic formula written down, I would do so now, because it will not be anywhere the day of your test. You have to have it already written down on a worksheet or someplace else. And yes, you can use the worksheet or anything you want to on the test. I don't mind. So if that is my quadratic formula, I know then I'm going to have my negative out front. That's always going to be there. Whatever b is, plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. My a value is a 1, my b is a -8, and my c is a -33. So all I have to do is go through and fill them in. B went there, B goes here. A, C, A. Negative times a -8 leaves me with a +8 plus or minus whatever my square root's going to equal all over 2 times 1, which is 2. Now when I put this in my calculator, I don't put in the radical. In fact, I take it off and I simply put in this piece right here. When I do that and I hit enter, I get 196. From here, it breaks into 2. You have your 8 plus the square root of 196, which happens to be 14, over 2. And then you have your 8 minus 14 over 2. 8 plus 14 gives you 22 divided by 2, which is 11. 8 minus 14 gives you -6 divided by 2, which is -3. So here are your two answers. Let's do another. Number 2. Negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. My a term is this number. My b is that number. And my c is that number. So because there is no number in front of n, all it is a negative sign, we all know that's the -1 that's understood. A, C is -78, and then A. So I do just like I did last time. Negative of a -1 is a +1 plus or minus the square root over 2 times 2 is 4. Underneath that radical is going to be 625. From here, we split, and I have 1 plus the square root of 625, which happens to be 25, divided by 4. 1 minus the square root of 625, which is 25, divided by 4. 1 plus 25 is 26, divided by 4, which is 6.5. 1 minus 25 divided by 4 is -24 divided by 4, which is a -6. And these are your answers. One more real quick. So you have negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So let's fill them in. B is 1, a is 5, c is -6. So negative times 1 is a -1, plus or minus the square root over 2 times 5 is 10. So underneath the radical then, you're going to have 121. So I have -1 plus the square root of 121, which is 11, divided by 10. And then I have -1 minus 11 divided by 10. -1 plus 11 is 10 divided by 10, which gives you 1. Negative 1 minus 11 is negative 12 divided by 10, which is a negative 1.2. Please finish the rest of this page.